Hey everybody, Joe from Home Crush here. Anybody still subscribed after my last video? So I've expelled a lot of CO2 talking people out of buying new cameras. So what did I do? I bought a new camera. Am I just a blowhard hypocrite? Probably. Let me tell you my tale and you judge for yourself if my rationale holds water if I just simply succumb to NGAS. So for a couple of years now, I've wanted a new hybrid camera to replace my trusty old GH5. But I didn't really need to replace it, and there wasn't really a viable all-around replacement in wad and body anyhow. There were two inherent limitations to the GH5 that I wanted to improve. Number one, resolution.
Let's magnify it, see if we can get a reflection off our eye.
I'm a big fan of cropping in post, both for stills and video, but especially stills. Shoot a little wide in the heat of the moment, refine with confidence in the cool respite of post. Go ahead, tell me I should perfectly compose exactly the shot I want in camera. Done? Good. Go shoot the way you want, I'll shoot the way I want. I could almost always zoom enough with the GH5's 4K video to get the crop I wanted. But on the stills side, I was very often left wanting. The second reason I wanted to upgrade was autofocus. The GH5's autofocus was decent enough for stills, but it's barely usable for video, even talking head videos, of which I shoot a lot. And while poor Panasonic keeps trying their best with firmware updates, there's just no getting around the lack of phase detect hardware. Sony and Canon's phase detect sensors, combined with powerful AI software, just absolutely trounces any contrast-only autofocus system.
Quite honestly, I wouldn't worry myself about that.
So I wanted a new hybrid do-everything body, but one, I didn't truly need it, and two, nobody at any price made a camera that combined the very well-balanced set of features the GH5 offers, while also giving me the improvements I wanted. Then came the Canon R5 and the Sony A1. Two high-resolution hybrid cameras that didn't treat video like a poor red-headed bastard. Of course, they both also cost an arm and a leg while still not being as video-friendly as the GH5. And I'd have to invest not only in a new body, but a new lens system. Mr. Monopoly, I'm not. So I continued to sit on the sidelines, waiting for the mythical Panasonic GH6 to emerge from the enchanted forest.
Your voice like trees in the wind.
And then it did, without meaningfully improving either of my pain points. Oh, Panasonic. Sony made the sensor for you. Why don't you use it? But even after the GH6 dashed my hopes, I still did nothing. A new camera wouldn't make me a better photographer or videographer, and I'd get years more mileage out of a good light. All the reasons for which I advise other people not to buy a new camera still applied to me. Then there was the shoot. It was a very simple talking head video. The A-cam locked, B-cam on a motorized slider for some visual interest. The A-cam was a little wide, so I could punch in a bit in post when I wanted to, but the B-cam was a telephoto lens tight on the subject's face to really show off the parallax from the slider. The shoot seems to go well enough, but I get back to the office, throw up the footage on a big monitor. Uh-oh. That slowly, constantly moving out of focus background? The GH5 DFD autofocus keeps making it pulse, constantly. Not enough that I could see it on the tiny little monitor on the day, but at 55 inches it looks like I was filming at a dubstep concert. Maybe it's not so bad, maybe I'm just being too picky, so I show it to a coworker. The look on her face says it all. The shoot has to be trashed. Now, should I have caught this during the shoot? Yeah, I should have taken the time to review on my laptop. I could have focused manually on the sweet spot and lived with the picture being a little soft at the extreme ends of the slide. But you know what? It's 2021, and if I tell a camera to focus on someone's face, and that face is in the frame 100% of the time, I shouldn't have to worry about some camera trying to focus on something else. While I love filmmaking, it's these kind of talking head corporate videos that actually pay for my filmmaking habit. They're not art that requires a human focus puller, but they do need to look good. And my tool couldn't be trusted to do what I needed it to do. Refusing to upgrade now officially cost me money instead of saving me money. So I got serious. I moved past endless YouTube watching to renting and borrowing so that I could do a controlled shootout between the R5 and the A1. For a variety of reasons I'll get into in a different video, the A1 was the winner for me, but I still didn't buy the A1. Not until I confirmed I could rent it back to my clients. And in that way, I really didn't buy a $6,500 camera. My clients did. In fact, buying the new camera will make me more money than not buying it. That's the lesson about gear that every smart owner-operator quickly learns or goes out of business. And that's why I can still say with a straight face to independent filmmakers, the last thing you should spend your precious budget on is a new camera. Now get out there and crush it.